Welcome back, everyone. Time for us to go behind the headlines, 15 after here, and wanted to talk about this op-ed piece we read in the Lexington Herald Leader. This was by a cop who's been on the job since LBJ was president, and it provides a perfect example of 5 of the latest dumb anti-medical marijuana talking points that are being spread through op-ed pages all around the country. I've read these in various incarnations. Let's just attack them right now. And these are quotes from the cop's op-ed. Medipot proponents would have you believe that the entire plant has medicinal benefit, when in fact, it is only a few cannabinoid compounds that have medical value. No, I'm sorry. Actually, this is, when CBD is concentrated into an oil, you know, like the little girl in the Sanjay Gupta documentary, then it's medicine. They can't deny that anymore. And when THC is synthesized into a concentrated pill called Marinol, it's medicine. They've accepted that for years. But when CBD and THC occur in much lower levels naturally in the plant, now it's a deadly dangerous drug with no medical value we can't possibly trust adults with? Right. Quote number 2. The largest percentage of cardholders is 18 to 34-year-olds who list stress and insomnia as their reason for their desire to chronically smoke dope. Less than 5% of cardholders in California are listed as chronically ill or have debilitating, life-threatening illnesses. Right. This is that medicine of last resort thinking. So, is the cop admitting that people with chronic or life-threatening illnesses are getting medical benefit for cannabis? Or that people with stress and insomnia shouldn't use medication? Or that people under the age of 35 don't get sick? Here's quote number 3. Teen usage rates far outpace the national average for youth 12 to 17 years of age in the Medipot states. Well, teenage usage rates in the Medipot states were already outpacing the national average long before they passed a medical marijuana law, and teen usage rates also have not increased in the Medipot states any more or less than the national trends. Quote number 4. Research has shown that smoking marijuana on a regular basis is not only harmful, but can actually lower the IQ of teen users by up to 8 points. Prohibitionists just can't let go of that 8-point IQ study, despite the fact it was immediately refuted when a researcher showed that the IQ drop was just as likely attributable to poverty. So, is it the cop's point that we can't allow adults with cancer, AIDS, and epilepsy to use cannabis because some teenager someday might smoke a joint and be a little dumber? And number 5, quote, I can assure you that the marijuana that existed at the beginning of my career is not the same as the marijuana that's available today. Oh, yes. It's not your father's Woodstock weed. Well, all right. If that weed was so much less harmful, could we just legalize that now? And you know, like a near beer or something, right? And any weed below 10%, perfectly legal. And why are we worried about marijuana naturally being up to 30% THC? And I'd like to see some of that 30% THC, by the way. Why are we worried about that when Marinol pills of 100% potency are completely legal with a prescription? Once again, all this op-ed does is to show us the power of marijuana to addle the brains of those who do not use it. This cop is fighting against this, and they continue to bring up this idea as if medical marijuana is just a trick, that we're just somehow tricking people in order to get marijuana legalized. Now, you can make all sorts of claims about the tactics or the strategies that the marijuana movement has used to try to get marijuana passed. But aside from that, whether or not it's a Trojan horse, whether or not it's the camel's nose under the tent or whatever metaphor they want to use for it, you cannot deny the medical efficacy of the whole plant itself. Nobody can deny that. People have seen it with their own eyes now. They've seen little Charlotte on the Dr. Sanjay Gupta show. They've seen it in their own experiences, and they've seen it in the medical marijuana states. Now the question is, why do we keep just limiting it to the sick people? Get it to the rest of us, and maybe we wouldn't all be so sick.
This does not make sense.
I know. All right, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back with Daily Toker Tunes.
Oh, have you ever met that